Hi again. I'm practicing doing my YouTube channel, practicing videos. I think I suck at it. I don't know. And like I mentioned before, I am not a public speaker. I'm the furthest thing from it. I'm a very shy individual. I like to write. I'm introverted. I like to express myself through writing, but this is something I feel a need and a passion for, and something I need to get out. I also suffer from a very, very mild, I don't want to even bring it up because there's so many people that suffer from this with different reasons, but I have a small, minor, I think it's called praxia, which is a speech. I don't even know how to pronounce that because I basically have ignored it for most of my life, have not really focused in on it, but it is there, and it is one of the reasons I don't like to speak in front of people, because I forget my words sometimes, and I find words sometimes hard to pronounce, and I grapple and stuff like, oh, whatever, who cares? I see so many people on the YouTube especially that man, it shouldn't be a problem. However, some of my most favorite YouTube channels do not worry about their proper speech. So I'll do my best. And which brings me to this word we have in front of us, narcissistic supply. When I was learning about narcissism at first, I came across all these different terms, all these different words that I knew, but they were used in different contexts around narcissistic abuse. And I had no inkling what people were talking about. What do you mean supply? That's so stupid. That sounds weird. Well, weird associated with narcissists, it kind of goes hand in hand, right? So anyway, narcissistic supply is the fuel that they need in order to continue in their life. So for example, it can come in so many different forms. As you see here, it can be love, marriage, that's security, right? It can come in the manner of food. It can come in the manner of money, housing, a job. It's so many different things is used as supply, but most often it comes in the need for building an ego, building an image. And without those things, that's when you find if you take away some of the supply that the narcissist needs to build their image, then you will see some cracks in the wall and their mask can fall, definitely. For me, I remember, well, my most recent situation where it was my ex who had an obsession for free food. He didn't even know I realized this, but I'm a pretty analytical person, even if I am not expressing what I'm understanding. I still understand it, dude. But anyway, so like I said, he had this obsession. So, and I am quite the total opposite. I would not try to be always positioning myself in a place or in a situation where I could get something free. I don't know. I just don't even feel great about anyone giving me things. I try to accept if someone wants to gift me with something. I certainly wouldn't. I feel it's helping them by accepting it, as long as I'm not going out of my way to try to get something from someone. So he was quite the opposite, and always but because I was the opposite, I never experienced that with him. However, I knew he was always trying to put me in positions like that, where maybe go on a cruise so you can get all the food. Let's go over here, you get 2 for 1, like it just couldn't be just a normal, like, can we just have enough, for the meal and not worry about bulk? anyway, that's just an example, a very small example of kind of the manipulative, blah, 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 manipulative mind of the narcissist. Now, I also have a little experience with my mommy dearest, who gave me up at birth. And she ended up giving me to my sister. That didn't work out, so I got taken out of there under very violent altercation. I guess, I don't know, I'm a baby, I don't remember it. And anyway, so I was put into foster care and adopted. Now, I did in my 20s go and find my natural family, and my mother was very odd because she made different comments and different gestures to kind of allude that I should feel guilty. And I'm thinking, I'm guilty for what exactly? Existing? Like what? So I didn't understand that, of course, until years and years later, when you're in the middle of it. And I was still, 20 to me, I was very young. 20, I was like a kid, and I could never understand it. Like, I feel so guilty. Why are you making me feel guilty? You're the one that gave me up. I'm not holding a resentment about it, but I have nothing to feel guilty about. Now, I wasn't able to express those things to her at that time. And we got into this very dysfunctional relationship where I didn't understand what was happening and I didn't understand her mentality. But after a few years, I quickly disassociated with her. But I did meet my natural father, who was also not a prize, but he told me that the first 5 years of my life, she used me as a source to get money from him. Now, I don't know if it was true, if there was money exchange. I saw no evidence of that, but that was his story. And he's sticking to it because he's dead now. But I was shocked when I heard that. I was in adoption. He didn't know that. He thought I grew up with my natural mother when I met him. And when I told him that, he looked visibly, he looked shocked. So I have a feeling that there was some exchange of money going on back in the day, which is a very interesting twist, right? So she might have been using me as her source of supply against the backdrop of getting money from him. A very narcissistic thing to do. Quite interesting. And I don't know. I still, I've let those situations go in my life, and I'm sure things like that do happen. If it definitely didn't happen, I don't know why my natural father would lie about that, but so it's just a situation. But different things about me, even if I remove that money exchange situation between her and my father for the phantom baby, I could tell you stories that would make your hair kind of cringe. So let's not do that. We don't want your hair falling out. Okay, so I have learned that there's one way to help yourself in these situations. See those first two letters? N-O. No. I'm very cautious about who I give my money to, who I let into my world right now. I'm probably too much the opposite way, but I kind of wish I had these skills when I was younger. I would have had a much more productive, and I would have had a much more peaceful life, because I didn't really even understand the word no. I didn't know I could say no. To get me, like that relationship with my mother that I speak of, it took me years to say no to that. Like I should have said no on the first day when she tried to make me feel guilty for her giving me up for adoption. What the? However, it took me many years and a lot of emotional turmoil before I could say no to her. And it's a very common thing in victims of narcissistic abuse to be unable to say no. So if you want to see the mask fall, but do it very carefully in some situations, if you cut off money supply, housing supply, food supply, and make the narcissist adult have to take care of themselves, then you'll be on the way to recovery. So be careful. The mask always falls. Just make sure that you're not nearby when it happens. Have a great day. Narcissistic free, I hope.